Thank you so much for choosing to join us today for this overview of the FastPass password reset solution. IT departments today are facing conflicting challenges from the business. They have to improve operational efficiency to save money, whilst at the same time being expected to deliver a wider range of services without additional resource, and all within an environment where they are also faced by increasing security and compliance mandates. Let's start with the premise that organisations are totally dependent on their IT. For security and compliance reasons, user access to that IT is controlled by passwords. Users regularly forget their passwords, either because they've not used them for a period of time, because they have multiple passwords to remember, or because passwords are changing more frequently and becoming far more complex. Resetting those user passwords absorbs significant time and effort for the service desk. To put the problem into perspective, Gartner estimate that password resets account for 20 to 50% of all calls to the help desk. The Aberdeen Group estimate that they account for 20 to 35% of all calls to the help desk. We conducted our own survey of 20 major organisations based on their service desk statistics, and we discovered that password resets accounted for between 10 and 30% of all calls logged. Time and effort invariably translate into cost. The individual cost of password resets will vary according to the time taken to reissue. Forrester set the cost for a password reset at $100. FastPass Corporation estimate the cost at between $28 and $147. Significant savings can be made at the service desk by delivering password resets through a web-based self-service. A simple example of a help desk taking 4,000 calls a month would generate savings of over £9,000 a month and free up 2 man-weeks per month on the service desk, which can then be allocated elsewhere. Typically, the majority of password resets occur on Monday morning or after holiday periods. You need to resource up for these peak periods or your service suffers. Implementing a web-based self-service architecture will resolve these resourcing requirements, saving you more money and offer a 24/7 service that is accessible from anywhere. Perhaps more significantly, there is an opportunity for the service desk to rapidly increase first-time fix statistics by implementing a web-based self-service architecture that is accessible 24/7. Arguably, the biggest cost to the business flows from the lost productivity suffered because users cannot access their IT systems. Analysts are in agreement that 40% of companies take less than 1 hour to issue a password reset, but 25% of companies take longer than 4 hours. RMS analysed 20 organisations across commerce, local government and academia, and found that 41% of organisations lost between 12 and 24 user months productivity per year. 33% of organisations lost between 60 and 120 user months productivity per year, and 26% of organisations lost between 374 and 784 user months productivity per year. Going back to our earlier example, the organisation where the service desk was taking 4,000 calls a month, using their average password reset time of 15 minutes, which is well below the minimal analyst expectations to reset a password, resulted in lost user productivity of up to 200 hours or nearly 30 working days lost per month, which equates to 16 man-months lost a year. At an average cost of £30,000 per user, this represents an additional £48,000 per year in user salaries, and the cost to the business will clearly be significantly higher. Inevitably, this becomes a source of conflict between ICT and its customers, which can easily be remedied. If passwords can be reset at first line, the problem is slightly easier to deal with. But many systems require the help desk to gain authorization from second-line teams before they can issue a new password, exacerbating the whole situation. Do you know how long it takes your teams to turn around a password reset? Don't forget, password resets are normally handled using quick calls, so the call stats just show how long it took to log and close the call, a matter of seconds, rather than how long it actually took to reset the password. If you can automate password resets, you have a real opportunity to decrease user frustration and increase your productivity. Over and above the cost of the help desk and the business of requiring password resets, there is the additional burden of corporate governance. The compliance and security mandates are becoming more and more onerous, but in today's world are a priority. Compliance initiatives, ISO, Sarbanes-Oxley, etc., require the secure identification of users when issuing passwords. Call centres, by their very nature, cannot do this securely. FastPass adds the additional level of user authentication that is necessary in today's world to meet the most exacting standards. FastPass allows multiple layers of security, which can be further refined according to users' function and location, enabling administrators to define the levels of security they require. Password changes will automatically be notified to users for additional confirmation. Password resets on one system can automatically be synchronized with another. Automating password resets provides secure authentication. The installation is quick and simple, as little as a day, so you are up and running almost immediately. Once installed, a Forgot Password button appears on the login screen. When the user selects this, they are taken to a secure self-service portal, which can be accessed from anywhere to reset their own password. Current password management represents a growing cost for most companies. You can't afford not to automate this, and the longer you wait, the more it will cost. Perhaps the most exciting benefit of FastPass is not just the money or time it can save you, but its payback. FastPass provides one of the fastest returns on investment in the industry. If you are interested in increasing productivity, cutting costs, improving customer service, and tightening your security, all with a fast return on investment, we can help. Just give us a call and we will be happy to arrange a webinar at your convenience.